Uh, Let me send out my message. There we go. Okay. And all right, we're live on both ends. Oh, and Cherie's just jumping in right at the start there. Ready to go. Good to see you, Cherie. All right. Well, here we go for another round. And let's just take a pause. I've got these messages flashing, so I get distracted because it's like, oh, so-and-so is supposed to, I don't know how to turn that off. But anyways, let's take a deep breath in, settle in, slow down. One thing I wanted to point out, and we've got a lot of people from Spain visiting. Some might be a little noisy. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but it's a little noisy out there. They must be having a holiday over there and coming over here to just to visit because we're close by here. But anyway, so yeah, what I was going to say is notice your pace in terms of your pace of how you do things. Get familiar with what your kind of normal, just you pace is. When you're kind of relaxed and just chilling, get a sense of that. And it's probably a little slower than how you usually are. At least that's the case for me. So when you have that kind of frame of reference and you start noticing how maybe you're speeding up to do something relative to that reference, then that's like a little cue for you. It's like, oh, okay, something's going on. Why am I speeding up like that? That could be a lot of reasons, a lot of different reasons. You could be feeling the pressure from people's energies, frequencies coming at you. And then it's like you're kind of trying to move faster to get away kind of thing. Or you're jumping ahead to what's next for you. Like going to work or going to whatever activity. Got to get going, got to get this done. And so you're speeding up. Usually people are more on the speeded up side than on the slow and can't get anything downside. But there is that too. So again, when you're familiar with yourself and you're familiar with where you're at and where you're normally at when you're in that relaxed, calm state, centered state of being. And it's like, okay, why am I not moving? Why am I slowing down? What am I not moving at the speed I want to? So slowing down, that could be a lot of other things, like you're avoiding what's coming next. And it could be that also you're weighted down by other people's energies that you've let kind of come into you and filter in on you. So pay attention to that, and then it's the next step of like, okay, what's going on here? Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? How is this happening? So let's see if we can just get into that calm and steady place so that you have that reference point for yourself. Oh, Leah Giles, 9 a.m. in Australia. Perfect time to lay and listen to you both. Oh, well, good for you for joining in. 9 a.m. Good morning over there. Yes. So thanks for stopping in. And even at 5 o'clock in the morning, you can still be on that either speeded up pace or that sluggish pace, So just kind of take a deep breath in. It's always nice to start with a deep breath just to kind of clear the slate, clear everything up, clear the mind out. Hold it at the top and see how long you can hold your breath at the top. And hold it a little longer than you can if possible. And then just let it out. and let it all the way out. And I like to even squeeze feel like you're just squeezing the air out of you until there's nothing left, and your body just brings it back in for you. So feeling that shift from doing that, of coming into a little bit slower pace. So that's a good thing to do if you find your mind is going da 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 for whatever time of day it is, because it could do it at any time. Take a deep breath in as full as you can, and you can do this again as I'm talking. Just fill up your lungs and keep filling, and just more and more and more and more breath until you really feel like you can't do it anymore. Hold it there. Hold it at the top. And that really gets your mind just focusing right in on where you are, and then let it out. And this time you can just let it out like with a sigh. Coming into that calmer state. And focusing your awareness on your lower ribs. So the ribs that just start to separate out underneath your the bottom below your chest, right around that solar plexus area. And you can even put your hands, put your hands like that, so your thumbs are in the back, and focus on getting that breath to come into that lower diaphragm and push against your hands. Get a nice deep breath in. So that you're not breathing just at the top, which is a very shallow, anxious, fear breath, or just when you're all contracted. So bringing that awareness down, yeah. And if you, as you focus on that, just notice how you're just kind of coming down even further. And maybe that might get you back to sleep for a little bit there, if that feels like that's the right thing. So from the lower ribs, and notice how just bringing your awareness down there, your breathing can just open up a little bit. And that gets everything relaxed. As we breathe more deeply, the whole nervous system starts to shift and open up. And as the nervous system shifts and gets unfrazzled, kind of relaxes out, instead of like, it's kind of like spreading out. And the muscles relax down, relax out. And then let your mind slide down, your awareness slide down to your pelvic area, but your tailbone, your sacrum and your tailbone area. And just continuing with the breathing. Leah, feels like you're in a pretty relaxed place there. It feels really good. Cherie, you're doing pretty well, but you still have a little bit of that struggle. I think you just have that struggle in the morning with what's next for you. But that's fine. You're here, so that's good. So let's take another nice deep breath in, and let's get Cherie kind of back into that deeper state for herself. Hold it at the top, and then forcefully breathe it out this time. It's good to change things up so that we don't get into pattern. As soon as we get into a pattern, then we get into automation, and then we're not really doing it as deeply as we can for ourselves. Yeah. So a bit of emotion coming through. So that's good. Instead of holding that back, letting that come out so it can just get expressed and move on. You know, kind of surrendering to that. Hey, Glenna, good to see you. I'm great. How are you doing? Nice to have you join. Always good to see anybody who shows up, and whenever you show up, it's always great to see people pop in here and there. Start to be like family, like good friends. So just focusing on that breath, and just again, the awareness down on the sacrum and tailbone area. See if you can really get a sense of the tip of that tailbone. It's little tiny, it gets really small down there. And what I'm going to have you do next, to even move you further down, imagine as you're, so just let me describe that. Just keep focused on your sacrum and your tailbone as I describe this. As you breathe in, just feel your breath and your awareness moving down into your legs and feeling the weight of your legs. So it's actually really nice if you're lying down doing this, but you can also do it standing up. And then on the exhale, just staying with the awareness on your legs. And if you're lying down, it's a little easier if you're lying down because you can just let yourself feel the weight of the gravity pulling your legs down. And you can still do that when you're standing up or even sitting. Just won't be. It's like more tangible if you have the whole leg just going. Feel like you're sinking into the mattress, kind of thing. So let's take a deep breath in and feel your breath going into your legs all the way to the tips of your toes. And then hold it there for a little bit. And then on the exhale, just feeling the fullness of your legs, or the weight of your legs. Yeah. Let's do that again. That kind of felt really nice. I felt like that just kind of livened up those legs that always kind of last on the line because we're always up here in the head, and this last on the line coming down. So again, take another nice deep breath in, feeling the breath going into the legs all the way to the toes as you breathe in, and holding it for even just a 1 count or 2. And then on the exhale, just feeling that fullness of the legs. Yeah, that feels a lot better. And a lot better in the sense of where we started, of just, trying to settle down. And when I was starting and talking about, sometimes we're just either ahead of ourselves or behind, and, getting to that rhythm, that are getting familiar with our own inner rhythm when we're calm, and having that back of our mind, because then we notice oh, okay, something's making me speed up here, or something's making me just hold back or slow down from where I normally am at, where I normally should be. Okay, let's do that one more time with the legs. And this time, actually, let's start with from the waist. So as you kind of waist level, hip level, as you breathe in, feeling that breath filling up your legs and into, your hip pelvic area into your legs. Holding it, and then releasing it and just feeling that fullness in that area. I'm going to start to reverse that because it's going to feel a little bit more. So dropping your awareness down to the core of the earth now. We're kind of switching gears, so that's a little bit disjointed. That's all right. This is life, life happens to get disjointed. And so regrouping, reorienting. So dropping our awareness down to the core of the earth. Because we're already deeper in, so it's a little more, it's easier than if we had started there at the beginning to drop down. Let yourself kind of be in that place of your awareness of the core of the earth. And whatever you feel it, it can feel like, some people will get into it's like a crystalline structure, or it's molten lava, or it's, whatever is just, it's all good. A lot of that will have to do with where you're at in the moment and what it needs to be, because this is the energetic properties, qualities of the earth that we're tapping into. So it might resonate differently in this moment for you as in the next moment, because this is where you're at. This is what you need to connect into in this moment. Okay, so I'm going to say it first and then we'll do it together, just because that'll be easier for me. I can do it more, get more in it with you. So on the in-breath, we'll just move that energy up into our legs and feel your legs and fill it all the way up to your waist. So, all right, on your next breath, take a deep breath in, pulling that all the way through from your toes, your bottoms of your feet, all the way through. If you're lying down, you can do it just from straight up through that level, the back of your legs or whatever. All the way up to the waist. So this is a little easier to have a sense of that if you're sitting or standing than lying down. Lying down, you could do your whole back, whatever's on the mattress, filling it up halfway. And feel that fullness in that area. Just kind of being there with the breath a little bit. Okay, then again, bring your awareness down to the core of the earth. And each time you do that, see if there's any changes. When you go down to bring your awareness down to the core of the earth, any kind of changes. It can be really subtle or it can be real obvious. However it shows up is fine. And just let yourself kind of sit there for a minute. Feel that. Feel what it feels like to, or sense that, or whatever information comes through for you. All of a sudden you might get a taste, you might get a smell, you might get a sound, you might get a visual image. You might even get a tactile feeling. Let yourself feel that earth. That usually, that feels really good. That usually feels good. Like right now, it just feels like really kind of present but gentle. Relaxing, nurturing. Okay, and then on your next breath, bring that energy all the way up through bottoms of your feet, all the way up your legs, and let's do it to just below the neck. Fill up your whole torso. Okay, that's bringing up some it's almost like fire energy, Yeah, that feels like that's bringing up fire energy in your chest area. Um, and it since you're from Australia, there's a little bit of question mark for me there, because it's bringing up that memory of the fires in Australia, and also we did a clearing for Australia. Was it a couple years back? I can't remember. No, yeah, can't remember exactly. Land clearing, people culture land clearing for Australia, and what came through was there was so much anger from um, the Aborigines, the first people there, against with what was happening at the time. Yeah, 2 years back, I think it was. So that's all coming to mind, and so I feel like there's still a lot of that that's in people um, and in you. Let me know if that makes sense to you, Leah. So let's do that again. Let's drop it down into the core of the earth. Yeah, there's stuff coming up for Australia, because now what's coming through is that I forget what it called. Is it called red rock or something in Australia? Um, and it feels like I feel like all the First Nations people, Aborigines, that energy is just going to that rock, is flowing into that. There's a movement in that direction. Um, I'm not quite sure what that's about, but anyways, on the next breath, pulling that frequencies down from the core of the earth, filling your whole body up, and with your arms and legs. And if you need to take another breath, that's fine. So you weren't expecting to do your whole body, so that might not have worked very well. We'll just do one again here. This is a little bit jointed, disjointed tonight, but that's okay, because sometimes that's just how life works. There's this piece comes up, this piece comes up, and it's kind of all over the place. So it's a bit like this tonight, and that's all right. We just hold our center and we reach back in. So let's go back into the core of the earth again, bringing your awareness down to the core. And let's just be there for a moment. Really connecting in with and so I'm also going to specifically state that connection to the new earth and the new earth grid is, well, this is the end of the year. So there's a tendency for a lot of stuff to come in and come up for people in December. So we're really hitting it on this. A lot of emotions are really showing up. It might be continuing on a little longer than the usual half hour today. We'll see, but let's move through this. So feeling that core of the earth, really letting yourself connect in. We're going to sit here a little bit longer just because there's so much stuff that's coming up. Kind of not expected that, but it's showing up because it needs to come through. So it needs to be brought out and released. Yeah, let's just stay in that core. We need that anchoring and that grounding. Staying at that depth. There's a lot of the surface that's just shifting out. Yeah, Leah, if you're awake, let me know if that resonates with you, because that seems to, it's interesting how we different people show up every time, and so that creates the flavor of the day kind of thing. stay, yeah, stay. We're going to just stay in the core here. And as you stay, keeping your awareness down there and keeping your breath, like you're breathing in, and you can feel yourself down there. Yeah, there we go. Down there, and filling up. There we go. Very good. Shifting through some deeper pieces here. You're all holding this really well. You guys are warriors of being anchored into Mother Earth here. So this is another good piece to really kind of anchor into yourself, is just hold in that place of being connected into the earth and into the new earth specifically. Let's really just bring that through more strongly, because that's that new consciousness of the earth, of the planet. Yeah, and having that determination of staying focused on that right now is really good. Keep breathing. I'm going to go a little silent here just to really take it to the depth here and shift through this. Yeah, now it's connecting up to the Yukon territory for Glenna. Getting some more depth in there for you, Glenna, in terms of clearing. We've also worked on before. And there's a big no that's coming through, and it's a good no. That's really coming through, even in the earth. That's resonating through the earth. And the new earth, again, I want to say that specifically, the new earth, it's that no about, it's really like no to all that's going on that is not in alignment with a higher state of being and everything that's been going on. And it's starting to resonate a lot more strongly as we move forward. It's been building up for, over the last 3 years, 4 years. Can't remember now how long it's been, especially, with that whole lockdown stuff that we've been going through. And that's been really building up, but it's like feeling that in the earth. Keeping our awareness and breath into the deep core of the earth, into that new earth. and just holding strong. Because if we can't hold strong energetically, we can take all these actions at the surface level, the human level, but if we can't hold that strength internally, the actions we take are not going to hold as well. But there's right now this there is that strong holding and that determination that's coming through. So I just wanted to point it out. It's here in the group. Yeah, and in that brilliance. There we go. Not willing to repeat history anymore. Yeah, that's a big piece here. That's a part of that. No, is no. We're not going to be doing this again. Absolutely not. Very good. The group is holding really well. There's just this crystal clear sphere that in the space that everybody is in, and holding with that determination of holding, and you're not going to budge. Nobody's going to make you move from that, from where you're at. It's kind of coming up for Cherie, but just everybody to kind of pay attention to this one, because I think everybody's got a little bit, some little area of weakness. But yeah, what's coming up to say, Cherie, for you is that you feel like you're holding it so strongly right now. And it's good. That's excellent. And so feel how you hold really strongly for something outside of you. And it's a good thing. It's not in a bad way. It's something that you really believe in, and you're going to hold on to that. So that's really good. And kind of consider how you could be holding that strongly for yourself as well. And you can use that as a little measuring reference points. Like, okay, yeah, I was really holding on strong. Boy, as soon as we went into that, connecting into the core, just anchoring in, no problem. It's like bringing that in for yourself more and more and more and more. So learning to hold that strength, and we all have that. So I invite everybody to just kind of see, where are those little points of weakness where we could be holding stronger for ourselves, and then for whatever reason, there's still some little program, some little belief in there that's just kind of eating away at us, and we don't hold as strongly for ourselves, because they go hand in hand. We need to be able to hold strong for that higher version of existence and whatever. So here we were like just kind of anchoring into the core of the earth and holding that strength. So just give it that broad of holding strong for that higher state of being for the whole of existence, it is also you, because the whole of existence is within you. We're not used to seeing that with ourselves. And usually, a lot of people talk, we're all one, we're all that kind of thing. But people don't really have that fully anchored into themselves for the most part. Very few people actually do. And a lot of people, if you notice, that are going, oh yeah, we're all one, they're all kind of floating up. They're not anchored into their physical bodies. So they're not really fully there into that we're all one, because it's not about that wholeness in the ethers. It's that wholeness here on physical earth, physical life, which is the trick, which we're all pushing through now. Everything that's been going on, that's what we're pushing through. It's like, no, everything here all together at the same level. None of this hierarchy, none of this control one over the other, none of this, because that's not the wholeness of existence. That's not ourselves, no more. So just kind of take a deep breath in. And I'd feel that there's just this sense of solidness. And it's interesting, because I want to say crystal clear solidness, because I'm seeing this sphere of the space that we're in, and it's crystal clear. So no, it's like no mincing words, no, well, it's maybe this, maybe that. No, it's crystal clear, very clearly defined, very anchored in. So really good. Really good for all of you. If any thoughts you'd like to share, you're welcome to do so. And let's see what everybody's doing there. I'm going to just flash up my little value donation QR code if you'd like to donate something to recognize the value of yourself and the work done. You're welcome to. And on Instagram, just kind of going to the link in the bio and coming into being will take you to, if you so choose. How's everybody doing out there? Yeah, these have been like some hard years all around. And it's really kind of made people strong. And, adversity makes us strong when we're not stepping up to the plate for ourselves. We should be able to get there on our own and not have to have adversity. But so far, humans have a tendency to just need that confrontation, in a sense, that opposition to really step up to the plate for ourselves. And it's not a bad thing. It gives feeling calm today. Yeah, good. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're feeling a pretty positive space there. It's not a bad thing. So learning to use that opposition to where we are to, it's like, okay, Let's be stronger. Let's get to the point where it's like there and it's just like, yeah, whatever. And it doesn't phase us, even as we go through um, what we're actually going through. It could be demonstrations. It could be just facing off with the boss or yeah, whatever. Okay, well, we're going to call it a day then. Thank you all for stopping by. And the flavor of today, that was interesting. That was a not the usual. So thank you all for stopping by and holding strong. And let's just take another dip into the core of the new earth, bringing your awareness there. Feeling how easier it is now than it was at the when we first did it. Now you're just there, so it's just like oh, boom, shift instantly, and it's not even a shift, but it's like focusing on one thing, and then with your eyes just focusing on the thing right next to it, and it's like it's just right there. Really good, very solid, nice, very good work, everybody. All right, and yeah, so moving forward, today's our first day with just on YouTube, just streamlining, so off of Facebook for just streamlining, and also off my personal page, finally. So YouTube and Instagram for these lives. And we'll see you next Wednesday, same time and same place. And yes, you're welcome, Glenna, and thank you each one of you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure, and it's always just a joy to do this with whoever shows up. And thank you, Cherie, too. Welcome. All right, take care, everybody. See you next time you show up, wherever and whenever that is, in the ethers or live. All right, take care, everybody.